You, standing in your kitchen, keys still in your hand, half thinking about your day, when you feel it again. That soft, insistent touch against your tens. A tail spirals around your calf. A cheek presses against your ankle. A small body traces a slow figure 8 around your feet. You look down, and there they are, your cat. Eyes slightly narrowed, whiskers forward, silent, but speaking. Most days, you probably smile and say something like, you missed me? Then you move on. Shoes off, bag down.
Then you move on, bag down.
But tonight, just for a moment, imagine that this simple scene is a crime scene. Not a violent one, but a quiet mystery. The suspect, your cat. The only clue, that delicate, repeated act of rubbing against your legs. And you're the detective who has been walking past the evidence for years. Listen to the sound of your own footsteps echoing in the hallway when you come home. Notice how, long before you reach the couch or the kitchen, your cat is already there, waiting in the path you always take. They don't jump or bark. They don't shout your name. Instead, they choose contact. Fur against fabric, cheek against skin, a gentle tap of a flank against your shins. To you, it feels like affection. To them, it's a message written in a language we can see, scent. What if, every time they rub against you, they are not just saying, I love you, but something far more complex? Something like, this is ours. You are mine. I am yours. You are safe here. What if that quiet, almost automatic gesture is actually the way your cat rewrites the invisible borders of the home you share? Think about how often it happens. When you walk past a doorway, when you head toward the food bowl, when guests arrive, or right after a big change in the house. Have you ever wondered why they choose those exact moments? Why those steps, those objects, those people? Is it really just begging for food? Or is it your cat carefully rearranging the emotional map of their world? Tonight, we're going to put on the metaphorical trench coat and hat and re-examine every rub, every brush, every slight nudge as a clue. By the end, you may never look at that little ritual the same way again. So let me ask you, in your home, who usually makes the first move? Do you go to your cat? Or does your cat come to you and circle your legs as if drawing a boundary around you? And are you sure you know what they were trying to tell you? Stay with me, because in the next moments, we'll step into the hidden world of scent and territory and uncover what your cat is really declaring every time their fur whispers against your skin. Picture this. You cross the doorway at the end of a long day. Keys hit the table. A sigh slips out of you, and before you even take off your shoes, there they are. A small, silent figure appears, tail held high like a question mark, and begins that familiar dance around your legs. A soft brush of fur against your calf, a deliberate press of the cheek on your ankle, a slow glide of the flank along your shins. You might bend down and murmur, "Hey, buddy, missed you too," without thinking twice. But in your cat's world, this is not just a hello. It is the opening phrase of a ritual. Your shoes carry the day with you. The smell of the street, the office, the supermarket, maybe even other animals you passed without noticing. To your cat, you've just walked into their universe coded in foreign information, so they step in, like a careful curator in a museum, and start restoring you. Each rub is a brushstroke of their own scent, layered over whatever you brought in. It is as if they were saying, "You went out there, into the chaos. Now let me make you ours again." Notice how precise they are. The cheeks first. Those tiny glands are like signature stamps. Then the sides of the body, spreading their scent in a broader wave. Sometimes the tail wraps your leg, a fleeting, living bracelet. You feel it as tenderness. And yes, it is. But it is also a declaration. You belong to my circle. You are part of my map. Think about your own life for a second. How many people can walk into your home without knocking? How many can open your fridge without asking? That tiny group is your inner circle, your territory of territory. For your cat, rubbing against you is their way of adding you to that sacred list, again and again, day after day. They are not bored. They are renewing a contract. And here is a small mystery for you to consider. Does your cat rub on you more when you are calm, or when you come home stressed, distracted, a little broken by the day? Some guardians swear their cats become more insistent in those moments, weaving between their legs as if trying to stitch them back together. Is it habit, comfort, or something deeper, an instinct to anchor you, to say, you were safe, you were back, you were mine, and I am yours? Pay attention the next time you put the key in the lock. Listen not with your ears, but with your skin, because that quiet greeting at your feet is only the first clue. The real puzzle starts when your cat rubs against you in other scenes, before meals, in doorways, or when someone new steps into the house. Think of an ordinary evening. You were standing at the kitchen counter, maybe scrolling through your phone, maybe lost in thought about the day. Then, without any fanfare, you feel it. A warm body brushing along your calf, a tail curling like a question mark around your leg. Your cat doesn't even look up at you. They just glide past, cheek to shin, flank to ankle, and vanish around the table. You smile automatically and say, "Hey, buddy," but a tiny part of you wonders, was that hello or something else? In the quiet of that moment, there's more happening than your eyes can see. For your cat, that gentle rub is like signing their name in a name. Scent glands on their cheeks, on the base of their tail, even along their flanks are leaving a silent message on you. You are mine. You are safe. You belong to this place with me. Now, notice the pattern. When you come home after a long day and step through the door, does your cat rush over and weave between your legs, almost tripping you? It feels like a grand welcome. And yes, there is affection there. But it's also a reconnection ritual. While you were gone, your scent changed. Outside smells, other people, the world beyond. As they rub against you, they relabelling you, updating your scent in their mental map. Ah, you're back. Now you smell right back. Back in the group. Picture another scene. You walking toward the kitchen, and right before mealtime, your cat starts circling your feet, brushing, rubbing, sometimes even giving a tiny headbutt to your shin. It would be easy to say, they just hey. But hunger is only the surface. Underneath, the rubbing is part plea, part reassurance. I trust you to provide. I'm reminding you I'm here, and I'm wrapping you in our shared scent while I wait. Have you ever noticed how they linger at doorways and hallways, rubbing the frame again and again? Those are the borderlines of their world, the thresholds where outside meets inside, one room meets another. When they include your legs in that rubbing, they are literally threading you into the architecture of their territory. To your cat, you are not just a person who lives there. You are a moving landmark, a familiar pillar that walks, speaks, and occasionally opens cans. But this is just the beginning of the mystery. The same simple rub can mean something very different when guests arrive or right after a big change in the house. And that's where the clues start to get really interesting. Now imagine a different scene. It is evening, the house is quiet, and you are not walking or cooking or arriving. You are simply sitting, maybe on the sofa with a book, maybe at the table paying bills, maybe staring at the television, but not really watching it. Your mind is far away, orbiting worries you never say. And then, without any ceremony, you feel it. A soft weight against your calf, a deliberate press of fur and warmth, followed by that slow, dragging rub from ankle to knee. You look down. Your cat is not asking for food. The bowl is full, the clock still far from feeding time. This rub is different, slower, more grounded, almost like a punctuation mark at the end of a long, heavy sentence in your day. They lean their cheek into you, blink once, and for a second, it feels like you are both exhaling together. In that small, quiet moment, the mystery turns inward. You start to wonder, who is comforting whom? You, the human with the complicated life, or the animal who has noticed a subtle change in the atmosphere? Your shoulders a bit tenser, your breathing a bit shallower, your routine just slightly off. Cats are masters of patterns, and that includes emotional patterns. When they rub against you in these still moments, they may be doing more than marking you. They may be restabilizing the bond, rewriting the invisible script of okay. Think back. Has your cat ever started rubbing more insistently during a stressful week, after an argument, or when someone is missing from the house for longer than usual? Maybe you were the one pacing through the hallway that time, and they were the detective, quietly following your steps, leaving their scent on you like small anchors, so you would not drift too far into your own storm. And what about you? When your cat comes and presses against your legs for no obvious reason, how do you react? Do you absent-mindedly nudge them aside? Or do you pause, look down, and answer that silent question with your own? Because in a moment, we're going to explore what happens when you decide to respond consciously, to actually answer their "you belong with me" with a clear, human, "you belong with me too." So now, knowing all of this, imagine your cat rubbing against your legs again, but in slow mo. You were in the kitchen, the late afternoon light coming in through the window. Maybe the day was heavy. Your head is full. You open the fridge, reach for something, and suddenly, that familiar brush of fur along your calf. Before, it was just, "Oh, they hungry." Now, it's a sentence, a coded phrase in a language without words. They lean their cheek into you, drag their side along your shin, tail curled in a soft question mark. In their world, they are redrawing the invisible lines of safety. This human is part of my scent. This space is ours. I'm not alone. When you pause, lower your hand and gently touch their head, there is a second sentence being written, this time from you to them. I hear you. I'm here too. And maybe something curious happens. Once you start noticing, you realize they don't always rub the same way. There is the urgent, zigzag rub when you arrive home, and they've been waiting. The slow, almost meditative rub when the house is quiet, and they were simply checking in. The cautious rub near the hallway, when a visitor is in the living room, and they were trying to mix your scent into this unfamiliar chapter of the day. If you pay attention, you notice patterns. On stressful days, they rub more, or they choose your legs instead of the furniture. After a change in the house, a moved sofa, a new piece of furniture, someone moved out, they suddenly start rubbing corners, doors, and then you. It's as if they were saying, "Well, everything is different, so I need you to smell like home even more." And here's the part most people miss. You are not just the do provider or the do food machine. In your cat's internal map, you are a moving landmark, a walking piece of territory, a living anchor. When they rub on you, they are, in a way, asking, "Can I count on you to stay in my count on it? Will you be part of my safe perimeter?" Now I want you to think about your own cat. When do they rub against your legs the most? Is it when you wake up, when you're about to leave, or right when you finally sit down after a long day? Tell me in the comments, where does your cat like to rub the most? On you, on the couch, on visitors? And in what moments? As you write, you might start seeing patterns you never noticed before. And if this is opening your eyes to this secret language between you and your cat, stay with me, because in the next part, we'll go one step further. How you can answer this pleasant conversation in a way your cat actually understands. So now, imagine this. You walk through your front door tonight, keys still in your hand, the day's noise still clinging to you. Before you can even put anything down, you feel that soft, familiar brush against your legs. The tail curls, the flank presses, the cheek length presses. Once, you might have said, "Oh, they were just being cute." Now you know better. Now you know better. Now you reading a message. In that small gesture, your cat is filing a report on the world. You came back. You smell like outside. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. It's a quiet ritual, almost sacred, performed without fanfare and without witnesses. No one posts about it. No one applauds. But it's the foundation of the universe your cat lives in. A universe where safety smells like you. Think back on all those times you felt that rub at your ankles and barely noticed. The morning rush to leave for work. The distracted walk from the sofa to the kitchen. The late-night shuffle to turn off the lights. Your cat was just there. They were speaking, marking, reassuring themselves that the world still fits together the way it should. Sofa, hallway, bowl, and you. The mystery, in the end, wasn't whether your cat loves you. It was how they show that love, without a single human word. Through scent instead of speeches. Through routine instead of declarations. By turning you into a walking lighthouse that smells like home base. So next time that small body leans into your legs, pause for half a second. Feel the weight, the warmth, the deliberate way they choose you as their path. If this video helped you see that moment differently, let it be your quiet nod back to them. Maybe even tap the like button as your way of saying. And tell me in the comments, how does your cat do it? Do they rub hard enough to almost trip you? Do they choose certain rooms, certain times, certain hints? Are they generous with their scent on visitors? Or do they reserve that privilege only for you? If you want to keep learning this silent language, this strange, beautiful psychology behind each tiny feline gesture, consider subscribing. There's a whole world of hidden messages in your cat's behavior, and together, we just beginning to decode it. It usually starts in the quietest part of the day. The house has finally calmed down. The last email was sent. The last plate washed. You sit on the couch or lie down in bed, and there they are. Your cat, slipping into the room without a sound, as if they had been waiting for this exact moment. They settle a few feet away, not on you, not even touching you. Just there, watching, breathing in the same air. You notice how they seem to orbit you. When you move to the kitchen, they appear in the doorway. When you go to the bathroom, they wait in the hall. When you were working, they curl up near your chair, eyes half closed, pretending to sleep, but always aware. They follow your routine almost like a shadow that has its own will. And yet, when you reach out your arms and gently invite, "Come here, come to my lap," the spell breaks. The cat body tenses, ears tilt back just a fraction, and with quiet determination they step away. In that small refusal, something inside you sinks. You might laugh it off, but the thought is there, unspoken. If they really loved me, wouldn't they want to be on me? To be held? You scroll through social media and see other people. It's cats draped over shoulders, purring loudly and loud, sleeping like babies in their guardian's arms. You look back at your own cat, poised at the edge of the bed, tail wrapped carefully around their paws, and you wonder, not without a touch of pain, why not me? Why not us? Maybe you've even tried to insist a little. You pick them up gently, set them on your legs, hoping this time will be different. For a moment, they freeze, their muscles alert beneath the fur. Their eyes scan the room, whiskers twitching, body calculating. Then, with a decisive movement, they leave. They might only move a few inches away, but the distance feels larger. It feels personal. Tonight, we are going to question that feeling. Instead of asking, "Why does my cat love me enough to sit in my lap?" we'll explore a different, quieter question. What if this is already love, just not in the language I expect? Stay with me, because understanding the answer begins with looking at that familiar scene, your cat close, but not touching, through an entirely new lens. Maybe you recognize the scene. It is late evening. The house has finally gone quiet. You sit down on the sofa, a little tired, remote in hand, or a book half open on your lap. Your cat appears, soft footsteps on the floor, tail relaxed like a question mark. They pause in the doorway, look at you, and then, instead of leaping up into your arms like a dog might, they choose the armrest, or the back of the couch, or the rug just at your feet. They circle once, settle down, and exhale. You can almost hear the tiny puff of breath. They close their eyes. From where you sit, it feels like a rejection. Right here. Why not closer? Why not on me? That little stab, that quiet sting in the chest, is very human. You might even reach out a hand, inviting, hopeful. Your cat opens their eyes, considers the offer, and calmly turns their head away. At that moment, an old belief whispers in your ear. If they really loved you, they would want to be in your lap. And because that belief feels so familiar, you treat it as truth. But from the cat's point of view, something entirely different is happening. In their world, to choose to rest in the same room as you, with their eyes closed, is an act of immense vulnerability. In nature, sleep is when you are most exposed. A predator or a rival needs only one moment of your distraction. Yet here is your cat deciding, "Well, I will sleep while you are present. I trust you to be my background, my landscape, my safety." They may not press their weight directly onto your body, but notice how they arrange themselves in space. Not under the chair on the far side of the room, not behind the curtain, but just within reach of your voice, your breathing, your warmth. This is not distance. This is curated proximity, close enough to feel you, far enough to keep their sense of control. If you start to observe with that in mind, the picture changes. The familiar scene of "they don't come to my lap" becomes a quiet choreography of approach and retreat, of gentle tests and small surrenders. Your cat walking ahead of you from room to room, stopping to glance back and check if you are still coming. The way they choose to nap with their back turned, but their spine slightly curved toward you, not away. The tiny adjustment where they shuffle a few centimeters closer after 10 minutes, as if gradually tuning their own comfort. This is not indifference. It is a language built on distance and nearness instead of hugs and squeezing. And once you start to see that, the question is no longer, "Why don't they sit on me?" but something much more revealing. What exactly are they telling me with where they choose to be? Hold that question for a moment, because to answer it, we need to go deeper into how a cat's mind experiences touch, control, and the strange intimacy of simply sharing space. Imagine, for a moment, that your living room is not just a room, but a shared territory, carefully negotiated between two very different species. You sit on the couch, you open a book or unlock your phone, and your cat appears, as if summoned by an invisible thread. They jump onto the back of the sofa, or curl into that exact spot where your feet almost touch them. They are near you, but not on you. For a human heart raised on hugs and handshakes, this can feel like a half-love, an affection with the volume turned down. But for a cat, that distance is not empty space. It is measured, intentional, full of meaning. Cats are masters of what scientists call social proximity, rather than constant physical contact. In the wild, even bonded cats do not spend every moment piled on top of each other. They choose where to rest based on safety, escape routes, and personal comfort. When your cat chooses to place their body in your orbit, they are making a remarkably vulnerable decision. I will sleep, or relax, or groom myself where you are. Think of how they arrange themselves. Maybe your cat stretches out with their back to you, but one paw barely touching your leg. Maybe they lie parallel to you along the couch cushion, their head turned just enough to keep you in their field of view. Maybe they sit at the door of the room you are in, like a quiet sentinel, not entering completely, but refusing to be somewhere else. Each position is a tiny compromise between independence and connection. There is also the choreography of their daily rituals, the way they trot ahead of you down the hallway, and then pause, glancing back to check if you are following. The way they jump onto the bathroom counter when you brush your teeth, or choose the same chair every evening when you watch television. None of these moments involve the lap, yet each one says, "Where you go, I reorder my world around you." As you start to notice this, a question naturally appears. If their closeness already speaks so loudly, what exactly is the story we are telling ourselves about the lap? And why does it hurt so much when they refuse it? Maybe you recognize this little ritual. You sit down to read or watch something at the end of the day, and your cat arrives like clockwork. They don't jump into your lap. Instead, they choose a spot just beside you on the couch, or at the foot of the bed, or on the floor, almost touching your feet. They circle once, maybe twice, knead the blanket, tuck their paws under their chest, and settle. From the outside, it looks like just lying there. But from a cat's perspective, it's a quiet declaration. I choose to rest my body inside your orbit. In feline psychology, this is called social proximity. For us, love often means contact, arms around someone, hands touching. For many cats, love is expressed in distance, chosen with precision. A neutral cat, or one that doesn't feel safe, will simply stay away. A cat that consistently positions themselves near you, day after day, is making a decision that costs them something in their instincts. They are trading some of their control, some of their perfect vantage point, to be close to you. Watch the tiny details of this choice. Notice if your cat always lies facing you, ears loosely turned in your direction, eyes half closed, but never fully off guard. Notice if when you shift on the sofa, they lift their head, reassess, and then adjust their body to keep roughly the same distance, as if drawing an invisible circle that must include you. That invisible circle is your relationship. Cats map their world in safe zones. The bed where you sleep, the chair where you work, the place where you drink your morning coffee. All these become islands on the cat's emotional map. When your cat chooses one of those islands at the same time you were there, they are synchronizing their routine with yours. That's not an accident. That's the social bond. You might even see it in small, repeated patterns. Your cat waits outside the bathroom, then escorts you down the hallway. They appear when you open the fridge, not for food, but to witness the ritual. They follow you to the window, sit just near you, and stare out at nothing together. It can feel ordinary, almost invisible. Yet for an animal built to be cautious, sharing unremarkable, uneventful time is one of the most intimate acts of trust. Ask yourself, when was the last time you simply noticed where your cat chose to be, without trying to turn it into a cuddle? How many of these almost touching moments have you quietly dismissed as not enough? Hold that question, because in the next part, we'll go even deeper into the subtle signals your cat is already sending. The slow blinks, the tail flicks, the quiet rituals that, once you learn to read them, completely change what you think love from a cat looks like. Maybe, as you watch this, you can let your eyes wander to where your cat is right now. Are they in the doorway? On the back of the couch? Curled up on a chair that faces you, even if it's a few feet away? Notice that distance, not with frustration this time, but with curiosity. What if that little gap is not rejection, but the exact space where they feel safe enough to keep loving you? Imagine the scene tonight. You are on the sofa, the TV murmuring in the background, a lamp casting a soft cone of light. Your cat appears, as they always do, like a quiet ritual. They walk into the room, pause, and scan the space. You feel the familiar ache. Come here, just once, right into my lap. Your hand twitches, ready to reach out, ready to invite, ready to insist. But instead, you stay still. You watch, as if you were an observer in a documentary, not the main character desperate for a cuddle. Your cat jumps up, not onto you, but next to you. They curl their body so that their spine gently brushes your leg. Their head turns away from your eyes, but their back is pressed into you, warm and solid. The tail wraps lightly around your thigh and rests there, like a quiet anchor. They have chosen contact, but in their own way. You feel their weight, not on you, but against you. It's not the full, cinematic hug you see online. It is smaller, quieter. Yet, if you pay attention, you notice how deeply intimate this is for an animal whose survival once depended on never giving up control of their body. You offer your hand, slowly, not as a net, but as a question. May I? Your fingers hover above their fur. They give the answer in a language you are learning to understand. A slight lean into your touch, a blink that lingers just a bit longer than usual, a purr that starts almost imperceptibly and then grows, like a secret you were finally allowed to hear. Ask yourself, does it really matter where the cat is, if, in their mind, you are already the center of their map? If your cat follows you from room to room, if they sleep where they can see you, if they sit with their back turned but their body close, what if that is not distance, but devotion? Translated into Phelan. In the comments, you can share this honestly. What hurts you most right now? Is it that they never come into your lap? Or that it feels like a personal verdict, like a silent, "You are not enough"? You are not alone in that feeling, and saying it out loud might be the first step to seeing it differently. And if, somewhere in this new way of looking, you felt a small shift, a little more peace when you think of your cat's strange, delicate love, stay with me for a moment longer, because we still need to talk about what to actually do with this understanding in your everyday life. Maybe, right now, your cat is somewhere in your home, doing exactly what we've been talking about. She's in the doorway, not on your lap. He's at the end of the couch, not in your arms. It is easy, in that small distance, to feel a larger loneliness, to think, if they really loved me, wouldn't they come closer? But look again, with new eyes. Notice how they chose this room, and not the other one. Notice how they stretched, casually, before lying down, yet positioned themselves so they can see you without staring. Notice how their breathing slows when you sit, how their tail stops flicking when you start to speak in that familiar tone. These are not accidents. This is a love that prefers to surround you rather than cling to you. Cats come from a world where survival depended on control of their own body and space. To be held, to be pinned, even gently, can feel like a small surrender. So instead, they offer what is safe for them: presence. The hallway walks, the little you check-ins, where they approach, sniff, and then lie just out of reach. The quiet vigil at the foot of your bed. They are saying, in their language, I want to be where you are. I want you in my world, but I also need to stay myself. The question is no longer, why won't you sit on my lap? But how are you already loving me in your way? Perhaps you can remember a moment. Late at night, the house finally silent, when your cat came and settled near your feet, not touching, there. At the time, maybe it felt like not enough. Does it feel different now, knowing what that choice might mean? Tell me in the comments. What hurts you the most today? Is it the empty lap, the quick escape from your arms, the feeling that you, always the one chasing? Describe your cat's way of being near you. Let's read those stories together and translate them, gently, into the language of trust. If this new way of seeing your cat's love brought you even a little comfort, save this video, leave a like so it can reach other guardians who feel the same doubt, and subscribe to the channel. Here, we'll keep exploring that quiet space between you and your cat, where distance isn't rejection. It's just another form of closeness, waiting to be understood.